Welcome back to Northwest Showcase on 93.9 KPDQ. I'm Andy Waite. So glad you could join us, and you're going to be also. We're with Day Chiropractic today. And Dr. David Day, the guest, the telephone number to set an appointment over there, I'll give it to you again at the end, just in case you have a pencil ready now. If not, you don't, don't
get
twist,
an accident.
Don't hurt your back reaching for one. We'll give it to you again, but it's 503-760-7572, and daychiropractic.com has that telephone number also. It's the whole person approach we're talking about over at Day Chiropractic, and we're just having a good time. You know what? We maybe should just not do the commercials, because during the break we're having a good time too.
It is a lot of fun, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, it is interesting as we live life. Things come like I had lunch with a gentleman yesterday, and I told him we were talking about that. I'm doing this show, and he had brought a book with him, talking about, and it was about biodiversity of soil. Mm-hmm. It was one of those things. So I was looking at that, and he loves environmental sorts of things. He has a real passion for that, and kind of an aha moment for him when reading this book is realizing how the biodiversity of the soil contributes to the carbon. When we think about the carbon, the waste from all the factories and things like that, that's a big concern. Well, trees can convert that to oxygen, and plants and a biodiverse soil can also contribute to undoing some of the negative things. So he was really excited about that, and I was thinking about that. I said, well, that's really interesting, because in my realm, usually we think about nutrients and soil depletion and all that sort of stuff, which is why we need to take vitamins and see. So here I'm thinking, that's another perspective, looking at a biodiverse, a healthy soil that will have plants and bugs in it and the proper nutrients and all that. So you have different plants, some that take nitrogen, some put it back. Some, and so the way so if we think about having a really healthy soil on which to grow our plants, it contributes often in ways we don't even appreciate. So I'm thinking, because I've used the analogy in practice, patients, they often are just kind of oriented on their immediate concern. Whatever brought them in really is kind of top of mind for them. But my job is to take this, it's kind of like when I was a volunteer fireman, we had a dump in our district. And you never wanted the call to come and say there was a dump fire. Because if you would respond, it's all volunteer, right? Volunteer fire department, right? Sure. What has to happen if you respond to a call, you have to go and you stay till that call is completed. The problem is when the dump catches fire, you have to sit at the dump until they bring the caterpillars, and they have to get to the bottom. Wherever the fire is, they have to get it eradicated. So you're sitting there at a smelly place, and it's hours and hours of doing nothing. So what we did to entertain ourselves, we would shoot the rats with the fire hose. Mm-hmm. And what you realize is rats grow in a dump. And so I tell people, I say, in some ways your body is almost like a dump. There's a bunch of rats running around. Now, I could just spray the rats. Yeah. Right? Or we could say, you know what, this really should be a meadow. Why did you let this turn into a dump? Let's make some changes here. And let's take a whole body approach. Let's think about the foods we're eating, how much water we're drinking, how active we are, and all these things. Let's turn this dump into a meadow. Mm-hmm. And if we'll do that, we're going to have less rats. They won't like to live in the meadow. Okay, they like the dump. So a lot of things, when we start looking at health and well-being, it's the health of the soil, it's all these things, and usually there's a bunch of different factors that need to be addressed. And if you will honor us with the opportunity to help you with these things, we can see amazing things happen, some of which you would never have anticipated were going to become a problem, and they never will, because we'll fix them. And so the miracle really almost is the things that people who are long-term patients never get that they would have had they not been under chiropractic care. That's the miracle, is the thing that never happened to them, right? Isn't that kind of interesting when you really think about it? It's the diseases they don't get. It's the conditions they don't need to take medicines for. It's all these things that never happened to that person because they kept their body more like a meadow than like a dump. And so that's a real privilege now. And so one of the things that I've had to do, I teach a lot of classes and things, but my time is fairly, I have a lot of obligations outside of practice, as well as you can probably imagine. But what we have done is I've filmed a bunch of classes. Let's say you're dealing right now with stress. You're upset at your work, or you're mad at traffic. You know your body is dealing with stress, and you're facing that. Well, I taught a class on stress and it's on my website. So what you have to do is go to the website, go to videos. Now you'll find some videos of music and all that fun stuff too. But if you go to educational videos and then you start drilling down, you realize, oh, I've done a class on that. Or if you're just in a car accident, how do you get the best recovery from a car accident? There's all these different topics. Or let's say there's asthma or somebody you know is having some respiratory problem. Go find these classes that I've taught and watch them. And you'll learn. If you peel away that layer, we're going to start to get more and more understanding. You talk about exercises. Well, my favorite exercise of all exercises is the corner push-up exercise. And I've been telling people that so many times, but you realize somebody who may need it might have slipped through the cracks. So, and you might be sitting there, and maybe you have a chiropractor that you go to, and you love your chiropractor, and so you're not even going to come to see me. I understand. I'm happy. We have a big group practice here in Portland. There's over 300 of us in this group practice, and I can just take care of just people come to my part of it. But I have a corner push-up. What we did is we just filmed one of my assistants doing the corner push-ups. That's on my website.
I'm anxious to go to the website and to see what that is.
To see how did we do it? Yeah. Don't laugh at me. I just took my camera, and just set it up. And we just did it. Yeah. Not perfect, but it gets the crux of it communicated.
Sure.
Right? And it's forward into the corner, and it's also the other, and that stretches the shoulder blades, pushing them back towards the midline. But the other part that people often don't realize is you actually have to turn your back to the corner and sink into it, and then come out on your elbows. And that helps exercise those muscles that pull the shoulder blades back to the midline, right? It's not just a stretch, but then you have to make the exercise. You have to exercise the muscles that do that movement, right? So it's kind of, and people don't think about that when you realize, you can do that, and it doesn't matter what clothes you're wearing. You can do that at work when other people go for a smoke break. You can go to the bathroom, crank out a few of these things. Nobody needs to know you're doing it. Close the door in a conference room, whatever. You can do stuff like this and keep yourself healthy. And it doesn't take much work at all. It's just awareness and knowing what to do.
Can you watch these for free on your website?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. Just click on it.
What a great.
And I've got a testimony. If you like testimonials, Marcos is on there. The first when you get there. So I was going to interview Marcos. Well, I stopped asking questions after the first question. I realized I need to just let this guy talk and tell his story. So it's like a 10-minute thing, but it just goes and goes, and you realize, oh my word, you're talking about the whole body and all the things that the hyperacusis and all these things that he was having, and I just sat there and just let him talk. It was an amazing thing. So if you like, we talked about Taylor and some of these kids, if you like to think about what are the things that could be helped with chiropractic, and then you realize, oh my goodness, this is happening right here in Portland. People's lives are being transformed. You go, I want to be part of that. And it'll be, and maybe you're not that bad. You might just say, hey, you know what? I want to be around someone whose energy is like that, and I want to see what's possible. Come in. That's fine. Chiropractic works for that too. And it's like, wow.
And I don't want to neglect this opportunity to talk about the special that
Yes.
you have right now.
Yeah.
Because Oklahaven Children's Chiropractic Center, and this begins tomorrow, correct?
We start officially tomorrow. Yep.
Okay, and so...
And you can call today. You know what I mean?
Oh, of course, yeah. And it's a new patient exam, just $25.
Yeah.
All proceeds given to Oklahaven
Yep.
to assist families with children whose illnesses have exhausted mainstream medical. They're not
Yeah.
getting help.
No.
You told some great stories of kids that have been helped by this stuff, and you can have a hand in that also.
Yeah.
Just by getting something done for yourself at the same time. $25, it's a great deal. Here's the telephone number. It's 503-760-7572. 503-760-7572. And we were talking about the website. It's daychiropractic.com.
Yeah. And just to remember that the life you experience is experienced through your nerve system. So you can be like a black and white TV. Yeah, we can watch the show. But you know what? You could be a high definition flat panel TV. Who, if you're going to go to a Super Bowl party this weekend, do you want to go to home with a black and white TV or one of those new flat panel guys? Right?
That's a great...
3D, let's really get, so that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to turn people into these gorgeous TV displays that are all flat panels.
And maybe you're watching snow and you didn't realize it, and now you get...
And all you have is audio. You get
it tuned right, and all of a sudden you realize, oh my goodness, I have so much more energy I didn't realize I could have.
Yes.
Dr. Day, thank you for enlightening us and giving us all this information today and this great deal. $25 benefits Oklahaven Children's Chiropractic Center. Again, the telephone number is 503-760-7572 for Day Chiropractic. God bless you. Thank you so much. Hey, thank you for joining us for Northwest Showcase on 93.9 KPDQ.